The Consolata kid, Nikita Boy. I don't even know what his name is. But let me start from what I saw on my friend's timeline. And she asks, is it the obscenities or the age at which they were said that shocked you? Because come on, the Nikita Boy didn't utter anything foreign to our super pretentious moral egos. We are reacting to a moral crisis which doesn't exist. That boy is simply becoming what he has been beholding, and he does it so effortlessly. And I dare say that the Consolata kids of this world have absolutely no obligation to live up to a moral value system. Absolutely none. Where do they even get it from? When their lives are media saturated with all sorts of vulgarity and obscenities. This boy is a perfect object lesson for you reap what you sow. And let's be real, which part of the imprintables he uttered don't you renew your subscription for every month? Which part of it don't you scroll in and out of your timeline every waking minute? You share the memes, the sexual music videos, the sensual lyrics. Your laptop is full of porn, movies and series and comedies and telenovelas, name it, and they all tell one story: sex, 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 and more sex. So we literally feed our minds on nudity, sex, and violence than we breathe through our nostrils. A friend of mine remarked, and he said, the Consolata kid doesn't need help. We do. That's the reality. Everything he uttered is wholly compared to what we carry under our bed sheets in our smartphones. That little chap did not invent those words. He learnt them from somewhere, and that somewhere is you and me. We chant wamlambez, wamnyonyez like our lives depend on it. We give them the cell phone and load the data. We pay the Netflix and open them up to a world of literally millions of voices. And those voices are sensational voices. Those voices are angry and lost. They are empty and wandering. They are drowned in drugs and all fashion of addictions. They're in pain. They are voices of Hollywood, camouflaged in cartoons and series and animations and romance without boundaries. Those voices drown out the voice of God. And those are the voices raising our children. You know what? The Nikita generation will never forgive us. They are angry, and we've not seen nothing yet. When they are done with their flimsy penthouse tirades and tantrums, they will climb down, and guess who next they are coming from? You and me. We owe them answers when they come. Because today we are ripping everything apart they are supposed to call a future. What will we give them? Today I see parents who can't even talk to their toddlers. At the slightest tantrum, they're given the tablet or the iPad to keep them quiet and busy. What you don't realize is that every time you silence them with a smartphone, someone else is talking to them. And that's the person raising the Nikita generation. We are tearing down the value systems. Look at the kind of leaders we cheer on in their faces. Look at the kind of music we move along to. Look at how much money we spend on betting and fake beauty and how much debt we get into so that we can afford a facade of class. We don't even have real friends anymore. Look at how much garbage we eat for food. If you listen to the music that these kids listen to, you will know it's not the kid who needs help. It's our society. It's how we look, it's who we are. That Nikita presentation is this generation's way of saying, thank you for esteeming your salary more than your time with the children. They're saying thank you for bundling us in the school bus at 5 a.m. only for us to return home 14 hours later to more homework and schoolwork and no recreation. They are saying thank you for killing our innocence with your TV subscriptions, your uncontrolled internet at home, no playtime, no fresh air, no time for family conversations, and no meals together. They are saying thank you for bringing us Sonko, Vera Sidika, Babu Owino, Millie, Akoth, Moses Kuria et al., hurling insults at each other all over the media, and we call them role models and Mweshimiwa. They're saying thank you. Thank you for the sexual music videos, the violent movies, the porn on national TV, the nudes on our timelines, the sex tapes in your WhatsApp groups, and name it. They are saying thank you from the rooftops, and they spell their thank you with 4 letters, F, U, and 2 more consonants. Like I said, the boy has absolutely no obligation to give us moral standards that he has no idea about. He owes us none. He's simply doing his job. And what's his job? To behold and to become. Notice what he did. He recorded an apology. Then he went right back to the rooftop and hurled more imprintables at us. Because that's the perfect script of our lives. Apologies don't fix value system. Apologies don't fix broken value systems. And he knows it. Our actions are so loud he can't hear what we are saying. And don't mention canceling because it won't work and he doesn't need it. And that's a big problem in this country of ostriches. We always bury our heads in the sand. We use canceling like a pacifier. We can't cancel our youth through the mess of this generation. No, we can only lead them out of it. And we can't lead them until we demonstrate that we are willing to pay that price ourselves. The pride and the materialism and the lusts we fill our lives with won't let them breathe. If we take them to school and we don't fix our own characters, then we are simply educating a disaster. Let me wind up with a story. A story is told about a city that built a great wall to shield itself from attacks. They built it too high for anybody to climb, too thick to push through, and too long to go round. Ironically, the very same year they built the wall, they were invaded 5 times. So they put up an inquiry to find out why the wall was not working. And their finding was simple. The enemy simply bribed the guard at the gate every time and they got in. You see, they invested in everything but the character of their watchmen. And that's the crisis of our time. We are inventing and building all sorts of systems and programs. We are setting boundaries for our children and youth, but we are not investing in their character building. The Consolata kid doesn't need help. We do.